an RLCS World Championship. It's the greatest achievement any Rocket League player can hope for outside of actually getting a woman to notice them. Turbopolsa, a 4-time world champion, is often held up as the GOAT because of his seemingly untouchable record number of victories. RLCS caster Jacques Collier even asked if we could see this record again matched, and over 3/4 of all the 5,000 Twitter users said no. But my issue isn't necessarily if it will be matched, but that we're taking the wrong perspective. Are we even asking the right question? Turbopolsa has won 4 worlds, but this was in the old RLCS, as in league play. It wasn't always this 3-split, year-long affair. Instead, entire seasons consisted of league play, a regional championship, and then a world championship, all in the course of 3 months. Seasons were brief, and the number of games was way lower. In Season 6, Cloud9 won the World Championship in Las Vegas, and it took them from league play to Worlds 65 days, 17 series played, and 73 total games. Current world champions BDS, meanwhile, had to play from Fall Regional 1 qualifiers to the World Championship, and that took them 311 days, 75 series, and 347 games. That is nearly 5 times the days taken to win an RLCS season, as well as over 4 times the amount of series and games played by BDS as compared to C9. Entire seasons in the current era of RLCS take 300+ days, whereas before a mere 2-month span encapsulated a world champions run. Is this even comparable? The endurance and consistency required for teams to become world champions nowadays is mind-boggling. When we look at the list of Worlds winners, we see the familiar story of the old Gale Force/Dignitas trio of Turbo, K-Dop, and Violent Panda at the top, as the only players who have won more than once. After that, just a bunch of one-win Andes all tied for 4th, losers. Well, literally winners, but you get my point. The GOAT argument makes a lot of sense here for obvious reasons, but I feel like we need to change the point of comparison. C9's run took 17 series, a 73-game stretch over 65 days. BDS's average split length in the 2021-22 season was 23.3 series, 106.7 games, and 59 days. G2, the 21-22 Worlds finalist, had an average split length of 26.7 series, 115.7 games, over 66 days. And it's important to remember that majors and world championships share something in common. They are RLCS international lands. Worlds, of course, have more money, but conceptually, majors have a lot in common from the old season structure's world championship. Majors and worlds both pit the best teams from every region against one another. They are events that act as a culmination of series played across 1 month, and they're all multiple-day events that reward consistent performance. Therefore, I propose that a metric moving forward to judge excellence in the modern RLCS era should be RLCS LAN victories, world championships, and major victories. If we take this new position, we see that our all-time victor list remains similar at the top, but then we see a shakeup due to the BDS early dominance and late heroics of the 21-22 season. Extra and Monkey Moon take Vatira along with them to be tying for 3rd with Violent Panda. This does, of course, substantially increase our list of winners, but I think it still separates elite players from legendary. For instance, there have been 21 different world champions, and in regard to RLCS LAN victories, we are brought up to 33 players. Turbopolsa, K-Dop, and Violent Panda are clearly in the same echelon of fame, but it recognizes the achievements of the players who have managed in the modern RLCS to remain consistent enough to take home LAN victories. I suppose the real question produced from this proposal, though, is how comparable majors and world championships are really. In the modern era, world championships take 2 weeks to fully complete, including a wild card. For teams that don't have to go through the wild card, typically the ones that end up going all the way, a minimum of 6 days between first and last game has to be endured, and for majors, it's typically a period of 5 days. Functionally, the mental aspect of knowing one tournament is a much larger prize pool and prestige is enough to produce different mental states and perspectives. And that's part of the reason I wanted to make this RLCS LAN count change. Because obviously, winning Worlds is cementing one's legacy in the history of Rocket League. It is the pinnacle of the esport. But I worry that major winners will be brushed aside in the historical lens, because although they are international tournaments with the best teams across the world playing for a massive prize pool, ultimately, people remember seasons for who won it all, not those who won along the way. Oh wait, Sub-Saharan Africa isn't part of majors. Never mind, this whole idea is stupid as fuck.